All right, hello guys.
Hello.
Welcome back. God, it's been too long, gents. Episode 70 of Hello Hello the podcast. After not a non-planned break, kind of. You know, like we obviously knew PAX was coming up, and like you were going to be away for a week or two with PAX, and so we like had our break there. But then another spanner got thrown into the works.
Spicy cough.
And yeah. So unfortunately, Jens came down with COVID when she was down in PAX. And my girlfriend was rooming with Jens down in PAX. And so she ended up getting COVID, and then she brought it back, and then I got COVID.
Yep.
So all within the series of about a week, we all staggered across and got COVID at slightly different times. Which delayed us another week and a bit from getting back to producing content, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But we're feeling better, right?
Yes. I'm feeling much better than what I was a week and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still like, I don't feel amazing when I wake up, and I'm like still riding a bit of a wave, but I am overall
I still feel like my energy levels are quite low.
Yeah.
I feel like my energy levels, because like this morning I really struggled to get out of the bed, and I have the past couple of mornings as well. Or
you
like,
just been sleeping.
Like I haven't done. Yeah, or I feel like I haven't done too much throughout the day, but I still feel like absolutely wiped.
Yeah.
You know, like I just exhausted and all this sort of stuff. So it could just be that I'm lazy, but I honestly think it is some remnants of COVID.
I'd say so.
Still hanging around a bit, because it's not normal for me to feel like that. I'm usually pretty active and pretty, pretty up and at it a lot of the time. So it's but it's all right. We're over it now. We're over the worst of it. At least we do just have the tail end of it to get over. But
yeah,
it's one less thing we can check off our list for this year.
Yeah, no, it's 3 years of not having it.
Yeah. Literally all three of us as well. Like I've never had it. And
I know.
We just all got it at the same time. Kind of feeling,
Totally. And it was probably going to happen. Like just being in that environment.
It was. It is the inevitability of it. Like I was just counting down until I got it, basically.
Yeah.
Because I told Emma, I was like, there's no point in trying to quarantine
isolate. Yeah,
because like we're in an apartment. Like it's not like it's a 2-story house or something like that where I can go, okay,
and you have one
upstairs,
bathroom,
I'll stay
right?
downstairs. We have 2 bathrooms, but it's like 1 bedroom. I'm not gonna make her sleep on a couch for a week. Like what happens when I need to go? Like it's all this sort of stuff of like it was gonna happen. So we just put it off, and then
But
anyways, in your lockdown, Jens, what did you get up to though? Because like,
well, I was
got
stuck
up to
in
a
a
bunch of
hotel.
other stuff, but you were stuck in a hotel, so you didn't have too much to do other than like your Switch and probably TV, daytime TV. Man,
well, it was I didn't bring a laptop or an iPad because I was like, I'm not gonna watch anything. I'm here for PAX. Oh boy, I was very wrong about that.
Yeah.
But Steven was like, do you need like an upgrade for a laptop? I was like, maybe I could buy like a new laptop. This might be a good time to do it so that I could watch stuff. Because if not, I don't think I would watch TV.
No.
So I ended up buying a new laptop, and Gat thankfully was able to like pick it up and bring it to me.
Oh, that's good.
So that was like a saving grace, because all I did was I didn't play games. I think I was at that sick stage where I just don't want to play a game right now. I just want to sit and watch.
I was the same. Yeah. I literally just laid on the couch for like 4 days and just did nothing of.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I started. No, it was after COVID. I started rewatching Community.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I think I honestly just sat and watched YouTube and Twitch for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because I was the same. I just didn't feel like doing anything. You know,
I started
Like,
watching Bear Grylls has a new show on Disney
yes, I
Plus.
want to watch that. Oh my
It's good
god.
fun. Because Florence
Yeah.
Pugh is in it, and I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to get to that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah, so I watched that whole series, and that was great because I love Bear Grylls. I grew up with him. I know there's a lot of
Yeah.
like, oh, he doesn't actually stay there. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. He still
It's
knows the shit, and he still drank
yeah.
elephant piss from, like he's
It's just
done
comfort
his
TV.
share of shit.
Like it's just comfort TV, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
it's
it's a bit
good
of
too
like
because
knowledge
it's
TV.
exciting. Exactly. It's like it's not just monotonous, like oh, it's just some noise in the background. Like you actually are learning, hopefully,
Yeah.
something.
So if
or
I ever
getting
get
something
stuck
out
in
of
the
it.
wild, I might know what I'm doing.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe.
That one episode will come back to you.
Yeah. So yeah, I just basically watch a lot of stuff. What about you?
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know exactly what I watched, but I think we just sat on the couch and we just did a lot of movie days and things, me and Emma, because we obviously were both sick kind of at the same time. So yeah, we just did a bunch of movie days. Before when Emma came down with it in New South Wales, it was still fine for like if you're a close contact, you could still leave to go and like
Oh,
go
really?
to work or yeah. And so literally as soon as Emma found out, as soon as she got that text, I was like, okay, get me a couple of shopping bags, and I went straight to the shops and
Yeah,
got
nice,
like
good.
I got enough supplies so that she could stay out her what do you call it? Her quarantine period type thing, because you had to stay for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that she could stay out her quarantine period, and then on the 5th day, we had just got enough stuff for like dinners for that day, and then Emma could go out and get grocery shopping for the next couple of days because I came down with it shortly
Right.
after.
Yeah.
So yeah, we planned it ahead, and we literally basically just ate snacks and watched movies and things like that. It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Felt like shit doing it, but it was pretty chill,
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, I can't think really what else I've done. There's nothing really exciting. I upgraded a couple of gear, a little bits of equipment, so I'm obviously using a new cam now. I'm not sure guys, so you guys can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I got some new headphones as well because my headphones have been flaking and dropping their
Oh,
little bits
fun.
of pleather all over the place. So I upgraded my headphones. Yeah, I've
Must be
been on a bit
nice
of a
working at
spending
JB
spree.
to be able to do all this.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the staff discount is pretty nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So that's literally what I did today. I was out there doing grocery shopping, and then I popped in because I needed to get some new power boards, and so
Oh,
I got
yep.
2 for like the price of 1. It was it was pretty good.
Damn.
But yeah, so it's dangerous though because you're just
I
surrounded by
imagine.
all this tech, and it's like, man, that would be fun.
Yeah, I imagine. I
Yeah.
feel like I would spend a lot of my paycheck if I worked there.
Yes, yeah,
Um.
it is. It's quite dangerous, but no, it's all right. It's all right. And then when you came back,
Mm.
did you play anything fun? Is there anything new that's come out that you've been intrigued by?
I'm
It's
so
like,
glad you asked. Yes. So I did a sponsored stream, and I know it was a sponsored stream. It was a sponsored stream to play new Tales from the Borderlands. But oh my god, it is like I'm not the biggest with all like transparency. I'm not a huge Borderlands person. Like when it comes
Yeah.
to Borderlands 1, 2, 3. Because it's just a lot of shooting, loot shoot stuff, and I just never connected with it. But then this is like a way to get into the Borderlands universe without doing that combat. And
Yes.
it's basically you're watching a movie and you have some say of like choice consequence stuff. But it is so good. Like the writing and the voice acting and the mocap, just the way they've captured these characters, like you're instantly in love with them, and it's genuinely so
Yeah.
good that I recommend you and Emma doing it on like a couch. It might be, I think it's on Game Pass.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It is fucking incredible. I need to play more, I didn't expect to really enjoy this game, but it is incredible, and yeah, I gotta get back into it.
Yeah.
But But yeah, that was really good.
I've been thinking of playing Borderlands with Emma because I've heard they're a lot better with like a couple of other people.
You need friends for sure.
But yeah, I'm the same as you. I could never get into that just sort of shoot and loot type thing because it was just every mission felt the same.
Yeah.
You know, as much as they all had a slightly different like voice lines and all this, like, it just was more or less the same thing. So
yeah, and that's what it felt with me.
I think I feel like these Telltale type games intrigue me a little bit more, especially in these games that I haven't really had the chance or the opportunity to get invested in a lot. Because like you said, they do give you that opportunity without the whole investment of like having to play shooter looters, and do the same thing for 10 plus hours each. Like,
it is really good, and I really recommend it. If you ever have like a chill night of gaming you want to do.
You're not the only one that I've heard that said
oh really
the same thing. I've heard it a couple of times from other people that they've enjoyed it, or what they've played of it at least.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It does. Yeah, and it seemed pretty fun too.
Yeah. It's just fun, and they know how to have fun.
Yes.
And it's not hard at all. What else? Oh, Call of Duty, is it out?
The campaign is out. And again, I have heard some very good things.
I have heard some very good graphics.
Yeah. I mean, the last, what do you call it? The last couple of Call of Duties have had pretty good graphics as well. They've really stepped up their whole fidelity type thing. But yeah, this campaign I've heard a lot of people praise and have a lot of good reception from.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Which is intriguing me, yes, because much like every other person, I think that games, I do enjoy a little bit of Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they announced it and they said that there's a $120 price tag on it, I was like, damn, that's steep, man. Like, and I think we talked about this one of the last episodes we did.
Probably.
But it's very off-putting to be like, damn, this is exciting, but then you get stuck with that, and you're like, fucking hell, that's very expensive for a game, And I'm sure they put in tons of effort and things like that to it as well, but still, like, compared to some of the other games that come out, the AAA ones at that as well, it is a bit rich, I feel.
It's a hard cookie to swallow, like
120
for something, for a shooter, basically. Like, yes, it has a campaign, but who knows how much you'll enjoy that campaign.
Most people as well are picking up Call of Duty for the multiplayer. They're not picking it up for the campaign. They're not picking it up for like the survival. They're picking it up for the multiplayer part, But yeah, no, hearing all this good stuff about the campaign has honestly made me quite tempted. I still haven't picked it up yet, but
you had a really good time with the beta.
Yes, again, that was the thing too. But like the sensible part of my brain was like, no, don't do it just yet, because you're only going to play it for the first like couple of months, and then you're going to fall back to playing Fortnite for 10 plus hours a week each, again. So what's the point? And I was like, okay, that is pretty smart part of the brain. Thank you. So yeah, but no, like I said, hearing all this good stuff, it is maybe quite tempted. I still haven't picked it up yet, but I am edging ever so closer to that side of the fence.
Yeah, same. I do have codes, so maybe I can suss it out and be like,
oh, codes, yeah. Because that's it too. I'm surprised that they didn't do like a big, like sponsored kind of thing for it. I'm assuming they might be waiting for the multiplayer to drop,
possibly,
for it to do all that stuff. Because usually, I feel like Call of Duty usually are quite heavy with their sponsorships. Especially with live streaming.
Oh my god, you know what's so heavy with sponsorship right now? And it's everywhere?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Fucking Overwatch. Overwatch, Macca's meals.
A lot of people
all over Twitter, and then like Twitter being like making all these memes about Overwatch, and Moira is really strong or some shit.
Moira is really strong, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah. But that
honestly, I feel like maybe we should play that later.
Hey,
I honestly haven't even touched it yet.
Oh my god, we should then. I played one game. I was like, oh, I remember this, and then I realized how fucking bad I am. It is so hard.
It's There's no rest. There's no downtime in Overwatch.
No, you die, you go.
Yeah, there's always something going on.
Fuck, man. But yeah, we should. That'd be interesting to jump back into and see. Because
Yeah. After so
when
many
did we
years.
stop? Like, I remember it was like Soldier 76, and then before
We
any.
stopped well before. We stopped well before Hammond and things like
Yeah,
that came
no, I
out.
never tried the hamster.
Yeah. I
Yeah, we were
remember
like
playing
phase
Moira.
one, basically.
Yeah, we did play like that's the first game that we ever first started playing like together properly was
Was
Overwatch.
it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And
because Siege
then
was it took me a long time to get into Siege.
yeah, it took a bit of convincing to get you into Siege, and then yeah, and then it is
Yeah,
what
I
it is
think you're
now.
right.
But yeah, I honestly think Overwatch was the
Yeah.
first one. So it would be good to go back after all this time because I literally, since we stopped playing it, haven't touched it again. Like,
Same. Same.
yeah.
But their menu music is so good. Oh my god.
It's banging.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. It is banging.
All right. Shall we get into it, I guess? We
Yeah.
don't have a lot of
Let's get into
topics.
it. No.
Unfortunately, but there is a very big, exciting topic that I'm so excited to talk about.
Yes, yeah.
So let's just get into it.
Well,
Silent
Jens,
Hill.
take us away because this is going to be all up your alley.
Silent Hill transmission happened last week, this week.
It's like a week and a half ago now. A week ago. Yeah.
And they showed off some very exciting shit. Have you seen any of this?
I've seen everyone talking about it.
Yeah.
And things, but I haven't actually watched any of the
Okay.
trailers or teaser trailers or
There's
things.
only
for
really
it
two
because-
trailers. Three.
Yeah.
There's 3 trailers. So they're doing, and we all knew this, they're doing a Silent Hill remake.
Yep.
So it's I don't know which Silent Hill they're remaking or if
Silent Hill 2. I
2,
think it
okay.
is. Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing that, which we knew about. And it looks
because there has
great.
leading up to this, there had been a bunch of leaks and like postings and listings and things like that surrounding it, which were a little too convincing to be like, oh, is it not?
Yeah.
It was like they were a bit too consistent and sort of all along the same line. So like we kind of knew that this was coming. It was just a matter of when Konami
When they
was gonna
announced
announce
it.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they finally announced it. There's a trailer. It shows you pretty much everything you know about Silent Hill 2. I completely forgot that the enemy types in this were like these sexy nurses.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's very Japanese.
Yeah,
like,
it is extremely Japanese. See, that was like interesting to see.
Yes, yeah.
But then
Can you imagine the uproar? I feel like there'd be if you like they were like, look, we're remaking Silent Hill 2, but
no
we're
nurses?
being a bit more mature about it. So we've changed the nurses.
no one would play it.
They're in scrubs now. They're not in their skimpy little like dresses and things.
No,
They're in
no
proper,
tight
like,
clothing.
they're in proper PPE basically. And yeah, there'd be an uproar.
Could you
I think.
imagine?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Yeah. So it's the most Japanese game I feel you'll find in this. But very excited because I don't think I've actually played Silent Hill. I think
I haven't. Yeah, I've
seen the
always
film.
wanted to. I haven't even seen the film, but Emma has, and she
Really?
was like, it's kind of alright. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
I'll talk about the film a bit later. But
we'll touch on that a bit later, yeah.
Yeah, I
But no,
haven't played the
I've
game.
always wanted to play these because it's like they're such cult classics and they're so well
yeah, they're cult
known
horror
in
classic.
the horror like game franchise series type of thing. That I've always been like, yeah, that sounds cool. Same with like Resident Evil and things. And
Yes.
so it wasn't until they started remaking the Resident Evils that got me back into it, solely for the fact that I feel like if I went back now and plugged in my like PlayStation 2 or something and tried to play it, I don't feel like I'd get through it just because the control schemes would be stuck
Yeah.
in like 2001 type of, that sort of, around then.
And the
So it's, yeah,
camera.
this is, and the camera too. So like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. Basically, is
Same.
like a refresh, a redo, all this sort of stuff. They're remaking it in Unreal Engine 5. They're gonna probably do the whole control scheme again, like the movement, all this sort of stuff is gonna be redone. So it's gonna make it a modern, horror sort of game. That's when I'll go and pick it up.
Same.
know.
I'm very excited to be able to experience
Same.
it in a fresh version for
Yes.
modern times. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, we knew about that. And then they fucking slap us with Silent Hill. I'm gonna start with Silent Hill Townfall, which
Yeah.
is so fucking exciting because it's being developed by Annapurna and No Code. No Code, who made the game of Stories Untold, which I fucking loved. It was like I didn't know what Stories Untold was going to be like.
Yeah.
And it's like this text adventure horror game. It starts off text like adventure and then it opens up. But it is so good and it's so atmospheric because it is a text adventure game.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So so No Code and Annapurna together are gonna make a Silent Hill Townfall game, which is so cool. I feel like from the trailer they don't really show a lot. It's just like dialogue coming through like a really old school recorder or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I didn't watch a lot of these trailers, because from what I saw, like on Twitter and things like that, it was basically just like a lot of teaser stuff. It wasn't.
Yeah, but that's
It
also
wasn't
a
like any
good thing.
gameplay. It wasn't
because you don't get anything spoiled.
Yes, yeah. Because I'm assuming this as well. These are all still very much in early development, things like that. Because there's absolutely no release dates.
Yeah, there's no release. There's no information beyond a teaser. So I think they're very much early stage. Probably in 2 years it'll be released or something. Yeah. Which is a shame. But yeah. Silent Hill Townfall looks freaking cool. And then the next one, which I'm even more excited about, is called Silent Hill F. Silent Hill Townfall, by the way, is going to have like it follows the narrative of Silent Hill. It respects the source material, so it's going to be very much linked.
Like, so it's all going to make sense with the old games.
Yeah, but with a slight twist, you know.
Yeah.
But then Silent Hill F is like a whole new game. Completely new, and it looks
set in Silent Hill.
No, not at all. It's a completely new story set in 1960s Japan, and the trailer doesn't show a lot except for like loads of these red flowers, and it's stunning. But the one thing that apparently during the presentation, when the screen had shown who is writing this story, it showed Ryukishi 07, which is like, people were like, who is this guy, who didn't know him? Because it's like a pen name, like an online username, right?
It's not his actual,
No. But for diehard like fans, this guy made some very well-known horror visual novels called When They Cry. And apparently they're incredibly like scary, but like a classic visual novel that I've never heard about, and I'm very intrigued. So yeah, it's like this creator who's writing the story, and I feel like he's got some messed up things in his mind that he's gonna put out onto Silent Hill F, and I'm so on board.
It seems like they're not holding back, and they're really steering into it and sort of giving people what they want or what they feel like they deserve, I guess. Which is like it's promising to see, you know.
Because I've been itching for a horror, I
want some good. I want some good horror.
Like we've had like very tame horror with like Quarry and Scorn, and you know, like very tame, very like but I just want something that will fucking beat me up.
I want something that's gonna go a little bit more than just a couple of jump scares and things like that, you know. Because I feel like that's what the Quarry and what like Until Dawn and like all those sorts of games do really well. Is like, you know, they're slashers, they have jump scares, that's about it, you know. But you never really feel like very
Uneasy.
tense or uneasy or itchy under the skin.
Yeah. Like I want to not
like
be able to sleep because of a game.
basically that's what I want. And literally, we had this conversation at work last night where I was like, I honestly don't think I could tell you the last time I watched a horror movie that shook me to my core, and really did make it that I couldn't sleep for a couple of hours, or I couldn't
Yeah.
all this sort of stuff.
I think Midsommar was the last oh my God, that was disturbing. But not not like when I was 12 watching horror films.
Yeah. Because, I feel like when I was a kid, even Monster House scared the shit out of me and things like that, which was quite scary.
Oh, wait,
back
is that
in the
the
day.
animated
That's the
house
animated
that
one.
eats?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That scared me as a kid and things like that. And then as I grew up, I sort of started watching a little bit of horror. Then I started getting into, the really popular ones, like your Conjurings and your so on and so forth. But I feel like even those didn't scare me that much,
Maybe we're just old and we
I feel like I'm just probably desensitized to it a little bit.
Yeah. Just a shame.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's what I want. I want something that is gonna shake me to my core kind of thing.
Totally.
And that's what I was excited with going into Hereditary as well. And I watched Hereditary when I was house sitting at yours. I watched it by myself.
You watched it by yourself?
I watched it by myself. That's how confident I was that this thing's gonna scare. Didn't scare me. I slept that night. I was fine.
You slept that night.
Yeah, I was chill. That wasn't really that bad.
Well, to be fair, Hereditary has a deeper meaning of horror. It's not your traditional horror. I won't spoil it because I know not everyone would have seen that. But yeah, totally.
But I do implore you, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it because it is really good horror.
Well, maybe the Silent Hill 2 film adaptation
right in my alley. Yeah.
Maybe. Look, Silent Hill fucked me up. Come on. I'm counting on you. So yeah, they're doing a Silent Hill 2 new movie called Return to Silent Hill. And the original creators of the 2006 film will be working on this.
Now, this I've seen a little bit of.
Oh, have you? I tried to look up a trailer. I couldn't.
Oh, not a trailer. Sorry, I've seen a little bit of people talking about this.
Yeah.
And they're not too happy.
Oh.
Just because, to them, they felt like, I guess, or I guess in terms of its its ratings and its how it's reviewed and things like that.
Yeah,
but the original Silent Hill film wasn't that well received.
No.
I'm sure we could all probably agree on that. I've never seen it, but that's basically the one thing that I've always taken away from it is that I've heard that it isn't the most well received piece of media. And so when they did this announcement, one of the first things I saw was they're remaking Silent Hill 2, the game and things like that. People were very excited about that. They've released a new game, which people also were very excited about that. But then this second film adaptation with the returning director, people were like, "Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that," just because the first one was so kind of a bit, underwhelming for them.
The first one got 31% on Rotten.
Yeah, and so people are kind of like, "Oh, is this a bad idea to bring him back? To try and give him another shot? Should we maybe potentially give it off to another direct, so on and so forth?" So this is the most that I've sort of heard about.
Jesus, the second one
out of them all and things
got 8%.
That's what I mean. So it's people are a bit nervous and things, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure when he heard this news about them potentially making I'm sure he put his hand up for it and was like, "Look, give me another chance. I know I can do better."
Look, please, if Zack Snyder can do it with the Snyder Cut, I believe in you.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't feel like that was Zack Snyder's fault. I feel like that
was
it
was the higher
up. Yeah,
for sure.
But,
they were like, Zack Snyder, no, enough of the shit.
Yeah.
Tone it back.
Speaking of that, though, did you see? This is not a spoiler because he's posted it himself, but Henry Cavill's confirmed that he's back as Superman now.
Because he wasn't gonna do it, was it?
Well, there was this whole thing that they weren't gonna follow on with his storyline and potentially bring in someone else to do it and all this sort of stuff. And
right. Did you know that he was supposed to have a mustache in the film, and so he filmed the whole thing with a thick mustache, and they CGI'd it off?
Yep.
Isn't that nuts?
I don't know if he was meant to have a mustache, but I think he was shooting.
Oh, you reckon it was a double movie?
He was shooting. yeah, I think he was shooting for something else at the time, and because they did a bunch of reshoots for it, that when he came back, he still had the mustache that he grew out. It wasn't like it was a
Right.
it wasn't like a sew on sort of one or anything like that, or a stick on. It was like a proper
Yeah,
mustache.
it was legit. Yeah.
And so that's where that iconic scene comes from in the Justice League movie, where he looks like he has a really stiff upper lip.
Oh.
And it's because they did absolutely shocking CGI on it. Where it looks like, yeah, they put a piece of plastic over the top of his lip to make it seem like he doesn't have a mustache. But yeah, that's where that iconic scene comes from.
Interesting.
Is because he had a mustache in the reshoots and things. But yeah. And then more so on that, James Gunn as well. Marvel's
I
James
saw.
Gunn and Peter Safran have been pegged to lead a new film, TV, and animation division for
DC.
the DC and things like that as well, which is very exciting because I feel like this is what they've needed. They've needed someone.
DC needs
like,
help. Like,
yeah.
they need a lot of help.
Well, DC literally needs their own Kevin Feige type person to be like, okay, so we're going to create the over-expanding story and then make all these films that fit in with this, like, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, James Gunn, I feel like, is going to be a really good spot for
James
it.
Gunn would be good for it. Because James can do, like, fun with them.
Yes.
Because he did that with the Guardians.
Suicide Squad. He did the most recent Suicide Squad.
That's why
he did
was
the Peacemaker. He did the Peacemaker TV
Oh,
series
he did
as
Peacemaker?
well.
Oh, it's going to be... DC's going to fucking rock.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why people are very excited for it as well.
Bro, we watched Black Adam. Not good.
Not a fan? Yeah, no, I'm not watching it.
No,
I'm not watching it.
You don't need to watch that.
I'm not watching it yet.
No, we had premiere tickets. We were like,
yeah,
we're free.
I saw
Why
that.
not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, no,
But
they
yeah,
just
no, I
are
haven't.
not hitting it. But I feel like this was before, like, they upped themselves, or their change is
This
happening,
movie,
you know?
Jens, has I think Black Adam has been in development for about the past 10, 15 years. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I think it's been...
I think Rock, honestly, like in the mid 2000s, I think he announced that he was wanting to play Black Adam and things like that, and it's not until just now that he's gotten his chance to do it.
Oh.
It's yeah. This movie has been in development for fucking ages. Like
It
so-
shows.
But yeah, I don't think you could pay enough money for me to go and watch it like in the cinema. I'll wait for it to hit streaming and things like that. Like I'll wait till it hits binge next month or something and then give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go and waste my time in it in the cinema
Yeah, that's fair.
because yeah.
But yeah, that is the Silent Hill transmission news. So very exciting.
Yeah.
Probably
It is,
not
it is.
anytime soon. Sad.
No, don't hold your
but
breath. Yeah.
at least it's happening.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
At least they gave us something, something to look forward to, like a little nod of like, yes, we're working on it. But yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Another little nod that we got recently as well, Jens, as a hint to that they're working on something. Well, not a hint. They did directly say that we're working on it.
Yes.
But EA came out and said that they are actively working on the next generation Sims game with the codename Project Renee.
I think
I don't know
Renee.
how they pronounce it. I think it's Renee. And yeah, so Sims 5 is actively on its way. They did show like a brief sort of like clip of it, I guess, and some of the stuff that they're working on. And it is confirmed that they're bringing back one of the best features of the entire series,
That they took
the
away.
Creator Style tool, which they took away in Sims 4 for some reason. Probably to add it back in at some point as a DLC, who knows, but they haven't done it yet. But yeah, the Creator Style tool is coming back, and people were absolutely losing their shit over it. So for those that are unaware, in Sims 3, you basically, like, whatever you click on, let's say it's a cushion, a rug, a countertop, whatever it is, you can fine-tune it to whatever way with the material and then an exact color, right? So you could pick whether you want it to be wood, leather, marble, stone, like whatever it was, and then you could go down to the exact color code. You could give it very in-depth customization. Sounds silly on paper, but trust me, it makes sense when you're like designing a home and things. And then in Sims 4, they took it away so that there was only pre-selected color swatches and materials. So you could only pick, your standard colors if they even gave you the standard colors. So it did just make it a lot less customizable. You know,
Yeah.
like you just didn't have that creative freedom to do whatever you want in a sense, which is kind of what The Sims has been moving towards. With like, there's you can play whoever you want. You know, you can be a thief, you can be an engineer, you can be whatever you want. You can sort
Mm-hmm.
of have the freedom to do, and so people were like, why would you take it away in our home that we're gonna live
Mm.
in? You know, like so yeah.
Very
But it does.
exciting.
It looks very exciting. I'd be interested to see relatively when it's going to be coming out because they didn't release
I
any
think
sort of
they said
announcement
a
of it.
couple
Or
of years. So
yeah, it's still in very
there's
early development.
no date, but they did say I reckon it'd be like 2-3 years away.
Yeah, but it does give time to Paralives to release their
Yeah.
shit because
Because when
I
are
think
they
that's
doing this?
honestly there's no release date for that either at the moment. But I feel like at this stage, Paralives is going to try and beat Sims 5 to market.
Well, I think Sims 5 is trying to copy Paralives at this stage.
They very much are. Yeah, I feel like I feel like there's no if Paralives wasn't a thing, I feel like that EA wouldn't have had the kick up the arse to announce anything. I honestly feel
Totally.
like EA and Sims didn't want to announce that they're working on Sims 5 this early just because they had to say that it's still a couple of years away type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I feel like in an ideal world they would have waited until they were maybe 9 months to a year away from a release
Yeah.
and then announced it. But I feel like because of the imminent release of Paralives that they felt, oh shit, we got to get something out. We got to,
We gotta keep
we got to
people
appease someone
interested.
some way. Yeah. But it does. It looks very similar to Paralives, which again, you could say that Paralives copied The Sims
Yeah.
3, which, yeah, sure, they did.
But Paralives
yeah.
started what we all want from Sims is
Yes.
a full custom build what you want, put it where you want,
Yep.
what color you want, everything. And that's what
The only
we've
thing-
always wanted.
Yeah. The only thing I hope now from Paralives that they don't copy from Sims is the absolute rip-off that is all of their
DLCs.
DLCs and things
Yeah.
like that. Because, yeah, I would absolutely love to play more Sims and have, like, more content and things like that in there. But it's so expensive to properly play the
It's
Sims.
insanely
Like,
expensive. And
yeah.
now that Sims is free to play,
Yeah.
which I think is so dumb for them to like,
Yeah. Honestly,
oh, hey.
it wouldn't even surprise me if when The Sims 5 does officially get announced and, we have it, that it's going to be free to play right from the get-go. Honestly, wouldn't
I reckon
surprise
it
me.
will be, and then there'll be huge DLCs like slapped on.
Yeah, because that's where they know that they're still going to make their return on investment type of thing. And don't get me wrong, I feel like in Paralives there are going to be DLCs of some kind, but I feel like they can do it smart and just make them giant packs that are like 15, $20 total. Because like in The Sims, there's content packs, there's world packs, there's
Seasons,
the small little pack. There's so much fucking stuff that you can just and you've got to get it all basically to get the full experience.
pretty much.
You kind of feel like you're shoehorned in. I think the only one that I remember buying last was the Tiny Homes update because that was actually fun.
Yeah,
like,
that was a nice one.
Tiny Homes added something that I was like, yeah, that's cool. I could dig that. Like,
yeah,
but
I'm
yeah,
excited.
so-
Either way, either Paralives or Sims 5, whatever comes first. I just want more like
yeah.
creative freedom when it comes to building stuff.
Let's not beat around the bush. We're gonna get both of them. Let's be honest
Yeah,
here. Like it's inevitable.
of course.
But it is good that there is competition out there in the simulation world building market as well now, because it probably does make EA a little bit nervous. They've had this market share for so long now with The Sims.
True.
Which again, let's be honest, they're going to continue to keep because The Sims just has that name recognition around it. But yeah, it is good that there is someone else trying to come and take a little bit of that pie. To make them work for it a bit more, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm down for it. But no, very exciting nonetheless. They did announce a couple of other small updates to Sims 4 and things like that as well, which will be coming in the very near future. So they're adding like proper mod support now with like a mod client and all this sort of stuff. So it's good to see that they are sort of listening to the people as well. with the current Sims.
Yeah, because I remember when I first tried to dabble into modding in Sims, it felt like I was on a black market website trying to like download or torrent these like weird ass mods, and I didn't know how to implement them into the.
Yeah,
It was so complicated to me.
it is. It's a little bit complex, you know. Especially considering with Sims, you don't really want to have to sit down and dick around for the first hour and a half trying to get all your mods. You literally just want to sit down and play. So it's good to see that they're adding in this mod client so that it does make it a little bit more organized, a little bit easier to follow and things like that. It has to be known that it is only going to be for like pre-selected modders and things like that, and only for PC as well, obviously. But yeah, it's not going to be for anything and everything. So you have to be an approved mod creator to be able to upload your stuff to this mod client and things. But most of the big mods are going to be approved, I'm assuming. So
yeah, right.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week, gents. Was there anything else you wanted to add on before we wrap it up?
Not really. It's kind of been quiet news-wise. There are some exciting games coming out, like the Rat game has come out.
Yes, I've seen a couple of people playing that as well.
Very excited to see what that's like. Scorn is a new game that's really interesting.
Scorn's been getting a bit of a rough go, I feel like.
What else is coming out soon?
I mean, we're obviously getting the Call of Duty and things like that just around the corner. What else is there?
I guess November is coming around the corner, and then Ragnarok is here.
Yeah, they're very quickly going to come.
Oh my god, it's 2 weeks away.
Yep. It's the 11th of November or something, isn't it?
I thought it was the 8th. Yeah. It could be the 11th. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't remember, honestly.
You have 2 weeks to play this game, sir.
I got time.
2 weeks is plenty. But yeah, very exciting. Hopefully we'll, I don't know, if we check out any of these new games, we'll give you a little impression review kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks also for the listeners for bearing with us for being away, like unexpectedly. Apologies. And also, if you're, it was like 3 weeks.
It was, yeah.
And if you're here from our Instagram reel, hello, welcome.
Hello.
You stuck around this long. That trumpet video has been doing the rounds.
Yeah,
we're gonna do more trumpet. People like trumpet.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Trombone.
People like the trombone. Yeah, they like Trombone Champ, which it is. It's a very unique game. So, but yeah. All right, I think that's gonna wrap us up for the week. So, as always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for bearing with us, like Jen said. Hopefully, we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.